In this video, we're going to consider how we use selection in our games, how we use broadcast messages, and how we can program game over conditions. So just as a quick refresher, here's our Scratch user interface. So we know now that we've got our code blocks on the left-hand side, our workspace is in the middle where we do our programming, our preview pane is at the top right, and our objects are down in the bottom left. Our essential code today, there's a few additions from our last lesson. So under events, we're going to receive and broadcast messages. Under control, we are going to use selection in the form of an if-then statement. And we're also going to use the stop command. And under sensing, we're going to be considering using keys pressed and also when we are touching another object. To use selection in Scratch, we use our selection block here. So it has the statements if a condition, then. So in this dark hexagon here, we're going to put a condition, the thing that we are looking for. And then if that condition is true, we put our outcome inside this statement here. So what should happen if the condition is true? With broadcast messages, we can tell an object to carry out a sequence of commands if we receive a broadcast message. And we can also tell an object to broadcast a message if certain things happen. And these messages allow different objects to tell each other what to do in a program. Our Chili challenge today is to add our player character and program it to move around the screen using the arrow keys. When the players touch an enemy, for our yellow Chili challenge, we want to broadcast a message that stops all characters from moving. And for red Chili challenge, if you manage that, then I want you to consider what else you could do when your game ends. For example, you may want a message that pops up saying game over. So your game should look something like this, where you have at least two non-player characters moving over and back next to a road. If you're not at this point yet, you can go back to the previous video, number 2, where we discuss how to get to this point here. So the next thing we need to do is we need to add our player character. So I'm going to choose a sprite. I'm going to choose another animal. You can choose whatever you want. I think I'm going to go with, there we go, a rooster. So I'm going to pop my rooster in a position. Now my rooster is quite big compared to the rest of my game, so I can use this size option here to change it. So I go 50%. That looks quite small. That looks about right. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, in events, when green flag is clicked, I'm going to pop my rooster in its starting position. So I'm going to use go to and go there. I'm then going to get another event when green flag is clicked. I'm going to go to control. I'm going to use a forever. I'm not going to put the forever loop in right now, first of all. So I'm going to say if, and then under sensing, I'm going to check if a button is pressed. So I'm going to pop this in here. Now, first of all, let's go left and right. So I'm going to say right. So if right key is pressed, I want my chicken to face to the right and to move forward 10 steps. So to do that, I use this pointing direction. Check to make sure he's facing the right way. He's facing right, yep. And then move forward 10 steps. So I'll find that at the top here. And if I press it, oh, that's not quite working. So our home position is not where we want it to be, so let's fix that. So I'm going to check that my X and Y coordinates, yeah, that looks much better. But I also find that my chicken is not moving. And that's because I haven't put this here inside a forever loop. So at the moment, my game is only checking if the right key is pressed when the game starts. It's not checking again. So if I go and get a forever loop, I'll pop that in there. I'm going to stop and start again. Because now my chicken can move to the right. It can't move anywhere else. So let's fix that. If I right click on this and duplicate, Then I can add here, I can change this parameter here to left arrow. And this one here, I can change to left. Let's start again. Good. Okay, so my chicken is moving left and right, but we've got that same problem that we had before, where the chicken looks upside down. So just like last week, we can go to motion, set rotation start to left and right, and pop that here with our start position. Excellent. So now my chicken is moving left and right. So I can duplicate this again. This time I can point in direction up and set this to up arrow, and I can do the same for the down. So set our direction to go down. And there. Now my chicken moves left and right, moves up and moves down. Now at the minute, there's not much of a challenge to this game because my chicken bumps into my characters and gets to the other side and nothing happens. So what we want to do is inside one of our NPCs, we're going to make a new event. Again, we're going to use a forever loop because we want to be checking for this as long as the game is running. And we're going to say if. Then we go to sensing. We're going to go to touching, not color, touching object. Now, the minute it says mouse pointer, I'm going to change that. My rooster is my player character, so I'm going to say rooster. Then I'm going to go to events. I'm going to broadcast a message. And this is going to be a new message, and it's going to say game over. I'm also going to take this message here, and I'm going to pop it inside my other NPC. So there, we can see that in both of them. So then I'm going to put, if I receive game over, I'm going to go to control. I'm going to go to stop. Other scripts in Sprite. So what this does here is this tells my game that if this character, the beetle, bumps into the rooster, there's going to broadcast a message saying game over. And if it receives a message called game over, either from itself or from somebody else, then it's going to stop all of the scripts. So this one here and this one here is going to stop those. Let's make sure we've got a green flag on that one there. It's going to stop all those scripts and just sit still. So I'm also going to drag this and pop this inside here. And I can also take this and put it inside my rooster to stop my rooster from moving. So now, if I'm playing my game, I should see that if I bump, it's stopped. Now, for some reason, my chicken is still running. Ah, that's because I forgot to put this inside my chicken. So let's pop that back in. Let's just check. We can see that there now. Excellent stuff. So now if I stop and run again, and if anything bumps into my chicken, then the game stops. So if you get to this point here, you might want to think about, well, what do you want to happen next? Do you want a message that pops up to say game over? And if you do, how are you going to do that? If you get to this point, have a try, see what you can do, and this is where we will pick up next week.